Hey guys, Dmonty here with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So in this video, I will have the double fan art. So guys, thank you for sending your fan art in. Greatly helps support the channel, keeps it going. If you have any of your own drawings, my email's down below. Send it in and I will make sure to show it for you, okay? It can be anything anime related. It doesn't have to just be Dragon Ball. So if you like Bleach, you like One Piece, you like Black Clover, whatever the heck it is you like, send it in and I'll show it, alright? Okay. So, guys, one of the things that's been getting asked a ton in my comments and videos has been, I've been getting added a lot on Twitter, just everywhere all around with the release of those LR banners, those featured guaranteed LR banners, which I believe the banner is still here, but it's no longer featured. Once you do, you know, your 400 stones, guaranteed 2 featured LRs, it's gone. Only 2 steps. But one of the biggest things I'm getting is, are these units still viable? Because it was all the old LRs that have been in the game pretty much forever, and people wanted to know if they're still viable, if they should drop, you know, like 20 Elder Kais in order to raise the super tax up, and just, you know, that type of, you know, that type of question. So in this video, I want to do a quick recap of the OG5, and you see them right here on the screen. LR Broly, LR Gohan, LR Rosen Zamasu, LR Trunks, and LR Majin Vegeta. My ranking of these 5, personally, I mean, this is gonna be all preference based, but personally, out of the 5, the one I enjoy using the most is Majin Vegeta. I just love his mechanic of, you know, he doesn't actually need the most ki in order to get his biggest super attack off, but you have that option in case you want to AoE, and he does a ton of damage, and he fits on a lot of teams. He actually has quite a few categories, which makes up Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, and Pure Saiyan. So he has quite a few categories that you could run him on. That's my favorite of the bunch. But what I want to do for this video, guys, is I wanted to go take on an event using the 5 original LRs and just kind of show that they're still viable. Out of the 5, there's one I don't have rainbowed, and it's LR Rosen Zamasu. I've only ever pulled 4. I'm still missing that 5th copy of LR Rosen Zamasu, so I'm hoping to pull him soon one day, but it doesn't really make a huge, that last dupe, for some reason, I know we all go for the rainbow star, but that last dupe really doesn't make that huge of a difference. I actually looked this up. His attack stat only goes up by 300 attack, which, I mean, it's a good chunk, but it only goes up by 300 attack out of 22,245. So I think it goes to 22,545. It was either 200 or 300, but the last dupe just doesn't do a whole lot, in my opinion. So he's at 90%. He's still going to do a lot of damage. Out of all the original LRs, LR Broly does have the highest attack stat, which is weird because I believe he was the first LR introduced, summonable LR introduced on the global side of the game. So I do find that a little bit funny. He still have the highest. Actually, it makes sense because all the other units have like attack percentage buffs, while he is a flat damage buff. So a couple things I wanted to talk about. We're just gonna go over them really quick. Just kind of a brief explanation what they do. Broly super attacks twice. He is the only LR that has a static buff. I believe it's 80,000. Attack goes up by 80,000 when performing a super attack, which is not very good anymore. I really wish that was like a percentage base, like, you know, like even 70%, like kind of like how Gogeta EZA is coming out soon. They buff them up to like the flat buff, because flat buffs are no longer good in the game. So basically, that's caca. If it was a percentage buff, that would be a lot better. So he's the only unit in the game that does that. He does super attack twice every single turn, and if he is below 18 ki, he will attack all units. If he goes above 18 ki, his super attack does additional damage to 1 unit. So he's very versatile, especially when there's more units on the field. We'll mention he is one of the LRs that have Fierce Battle. Not all LRs have Fierce Battle. He also has Prepared for Battle, so he actually has some key links, which is pretty damn good. Next, he actually has a lot of categories too. I forgot about that. Resurrected Warriors, movie bosses, Pure Saiyans, full power. He's actually probably the LR you'll get the most versatility out of, but I feel like out of damage wise, he might, because you gotta consider he super attacks twice. I think damage wise though, depending on the situation, he might be the lowest output. It just depends on what you're fighting. Next, I want to go over LR Gohan. So LR Gohan, he has one of the most busted passives in the game. Attack 18% when I think 18% per key sphere obtained. It's very, very good, but you got to consider, so 18%, let's say for example, this, you know, round it up, you grab 10 orbs, which 10 orbs is a lot. On average, an average turn, you're going to grab 4 to 6 orbs, but if you grab 10 orbs, that's 180% to kind of give you in perspective of what, you know, current units do. Most units being released today are anywhere from 150 to 170% without that orb restriction. So the benefit with LR Gohan though, he literally has 22,000 attack power, so that percentage really does creep up there. Gonna mention he has Prepare for Battle, Shocking Speed, so he does have Shocking Speed, lots of key links, and Fierce Battle, and he gets additional key for every key, Rainbow Key, actually when key plus one key is raised, and key plus one whenever key is raised with Key Sphere. So basically every orb he picks up, he gets an additional key, so it's automatically like +2 for every single orb. He's very good. Not hard getting the ultimate super off with LR Gohan. This is one I don't really like. I know they're very good. Their healing comes in clutch a lot, but most events, you know, we don't need those healings. We want higher numbers, higher output, faster, run the events faster. So every time he's on the field, you gain 15% health back, which is good. And then on top of that, every time he's attacked, he basically gets 30% attack power until it reaches 120%. Like, this, to put that in perspective, if you were to look at LR Trunks, he starts off attack 120% and a high chance to perform a critical hit. So I feel that's kind of underwhelming a little bit. Like, it's not my favorite passive in the game. Another thing that's great about this unit is every time he super attacks, he raises his defense by 30% for 3 turns. So he becomes very, very tanky after he supers at least once. But he has to get hit 4 times to get his maximum attack power of 120% to make him truly, you know, powerful. The one thing that is really, really good about this unit is his categories. He fits on Potara, one of the strongest teams in the game, Realm of Gods, and Future Saga. So he's very good in that aspect. He has a lot of categories that a lot of the other LRs do not have. Next, I want to go, I forgot to mention Gohan's categories down here, just full power and hybrid Saiyans. So nobody runs hybrid Saiyans, and I don't think anybody really summoned for full power Goku. So until you know, some units come out in the future, you don't really get to see him very much except for on a hybrid Saiyans team, which is kind of lame. Same thing with this unit right here. His biggest problem is, again, hybrid Saiyans. That's the only team you can currently run him on is hybrid Saiyans and Future Saga. Nobody that I know really summoned for Gohan at all. Maybe you guys pulled him in that LR banner, because actually, was Future Gohan in there? No, he was not. Future Gohan was not in that banner, so I take that back. On JP he was, on the global side of the game he was not. One thing to mention about this unit, he's one of the few LRs, the original LRs, that have Prepared for Battle and Shattering the Limit. I'm not sure why they gave these units Shattering the Limit. They are summonable LRs. You think all of them would have Fierce Battle, but I'm going to tell you, getting key on Trunks is actually pretty difficult, so I will take that Shattering the Limit actually over Fierce Battle. I like to, like, when I use this unit, it's always on a hybrid Saiyans team, with usually paired with LR Goten and Trunks, who also has Shattering the Limit. So they get a lot of key together. So it's a very fun team to run. And then a great thing about this unit, I actually went 20 additionals. He has a built-in chance to crit. So basically, you supers and you have no potential system, he can still crit for you. I believe the high chance is 50%, but I might be mistaken on that. I didn't actually look up that number for this video. I did this recently, Rainbow this guy, and I have no regrets. Lastly, now, like I said, this is my favorite LR to actually run in the game out of all LRs that we currently have. Like, I just love Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta is probably like one of my favorite characters in all of Dragon Ball. His attack stat is not the highest at 20,870. However, attack 150% when performing super attacks, so that does actually have a higher percentage than LR Goku. LR Zamasu and Goku Black. Or LR Zamasu and Rose, whatever you want to call it. So I do like that about the unit and his versatility. I love bringing him in the World Tournament. He does have an AoE mechanic kind of built into him as well. So if you get more than 18 key, he actually hits every unit on the field. With that being said, he has Resurrected Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, and Pure Saiyans. So he has 3 different categories you can run this unit on. And yeah, overall, pretty freaking cool unit. I love this guy. Again, he has Shattering the Limit. So for this video, I might be running, and over in a Flash, so that's, I forgot to mention that. But since he has Shattering the Limit, I'll probably be putting him, I'm not quite sure. He doesn't really work too well in this team. I'm kind of thinking LR Gohan and Trunks need to stay together because they both have Shocking Speed and Prepare for Battle, so that's 4 key right there. The only other unit that has Shattering the Limit is going to be the LR Trunks, and so I think Majin Vegeta is going to be a 3rd slot rotation, in my opinion. But with all that being said, guys, let's go hop into an event and see if we can beat, you know, an event with an all LR team. For the leader skill for this event, I'm going to be running LR Goku. Nani? Hold up. Filter. We're going to go strength. Super class. Yeah. And we're going to bring J unit for today's video. Items should be okay. And watch me bring the wrong team. Please. I know I have this team built. Come on. There it is right there. So that's the team we're bringing. Like I said, LR Rose and Zamos are not Rainbow Starred. I'm missing 1 copy, but we're only missing 300 attack power with that last copy. So it really doesn't really make that huge of a difference for that 4th dupe. Just that Rainbow Star is pretty. I know we all want it, man. So for this video, we're actually going to go after the key. Only at 100% here, we are still rocking 400,000 health, which is kind of absurd. I mean, it's a bunch of rainbowed LRs, so I understand why. LR Gohan, good. Probably the one I'm going to have the most trouble supering with is going to be Trunks, would be my guess. He's going to be probably the hardest. There we go. Hardest one to get the 18 key super off, but we're going to do our best here. Boss battle! Alright. For this video also, this team, now that I think about it, is going to have a lot of healing. There's 3 units on this team that could heal. We got Goku, who does, was it 7% per key spear. Nice. Okay. So, LR Trunks, where you at? Shattering limit. Man, our rotation is so screwed right now. Okay, so I'm gonna hope for a 1-shot kill with LR Gohan. I actually think we can obtain that. We're gonna drop these right here, and we're gonna grab these from Majin Vegeta. It should be enough to actually take it out here. I did not want to run Spirit Bomb Goku on my rotations. It's another thing about this team, because we're also at 100% from the LR leads. We're not at the 170% like Hybrid Saiyans have. Our defense is a lot lower than it should be. 1.7 million, so is our attack power. But these units can still get things done, and once a lot of them super attack, such as, I forgot to mention this, I think when looking over the card, LR Trunks, when he super attacks, he also gets that 30% defense buff, so they're constantly getting stronger as the fight goes on, and the fights are getting more difficult, so they have a lot of versatility there. These 5 original LRs, they're really good still. Like, if you guys pull them, don't be upset. They're still good units, okay? Alright, wow, okay, I guess we can do that. That's not going to be the... See, this is what I'm talking about. It's not going to be the big key super for him. Alright, it's fine. We're not going to super with LR Rose. We're going to take the big key super for Trunks and hopefully get the kill. And maybe Spirit Bomb Goku can do something as well. Yeah. Maybe all those additionals in this unit will come in clutch right here. Nope. So, only took 897 damage with the type advantage. I'm hoping this will actually get the kill if it crits. High chance to crit, 1.5 million damage with the additional. This is why I put 20 additional into the unit. The additional on LRs, this is something that I've also gotten asked. The additional LRs are never the 18 key super. It's going to be the 12 key super. But it still has a high chance to crit, which that second attack only did 500k compared to the 1.5 million that it did originally. And this Genki Dama right here from Goku will actually finish off this phase. Yeah! Okay, so that did 1.14 million at 100% damage. Not too shabby, and now we are moving on to the strength phase, which I'm actually hoping to see some work from LR Broly. Yeah, we're going to put him right here. It's weird, I didn't expect my rotation to look like this, but we're actually doing pretty decent. You know what? We're going to grab all those, still get the ultimate super off, and then LR Broly needs those right there. Did not get the ultimate super off. It's still going to be okay. It's alright. And I want Goku over there at the end. I actually probably should have used an item, hindsight. We'll see how this actually does here. Okay, maybe we can kill him before he does a lot of damage to us. This is going to do 1.5 million, so got that crit there. And LR Broly, this is the one I said you got to kind of take a look at both of his super attacks put together. So we got 800k, and we got the additional super attack, which is probably, if it doesn't crit, you see how much lower that was, but you got to take out them both. So we did 1.3 million damage. A lot of people say that LR Broly is the worst LR, not LR Trunks. But, I mean, it's situational, right? As you can see right there, LR Trunks on his 2 attacks did about 2 million damage. He did 1.5 and 500k because of the additional. But he's a unit you can run 20 additional in. Broly crit on his first one there for I think it was 1.1, right? And the additional only did like 500k. So, LR Trunks actually outdamaged him in that situation. However, again, Broly did not get the 18 key super. So you see, it's just all situational, guys. Now we're getting into the hard stuff. I can't move my units around. Okay. I'm gonna Sensu Bean, and the only reason why I'm Sensu Bean is so I can move the units where I want them. And getting a big key super off for this rotation is actually gonna be rather difficult. So I think we're gonna be kind of low tier all around here. Hoping that red falls correctly. Let's take a risk. Did not. Damn it. Okay, but these did. All right. And more reds. No, Majin Vegeta's not going to be able to super there at the end. I am also going to use a Princess Snake since Majin Vegeta is going to get whacked quite a few times there at the end with a type disadvantage. So I'm a little worried about him. And that should set things up pretty good for next turn. 65. So as LR Trunks supered one time, he gets a 30% defense buff. And actually on this turn right here, technically he's at 60% because it's the second time he supered. His defense gets absolutely absurd, and he becomes an actual viable tank. On this one of the hardest events in the game right now, he just took like double digits after supering this one time. And same thing with LR Rosen Zamos. They're the same way. Okay, and I'm glad I used that item. It looks like Majin Vegeta is getting the big super attack. And 96k. And he's only getting hit for 4k with a type disadvantage with Princess Snake active. So this be a good showcase for LR Gohan. 4 key. Yeah, that'll be enough to get the ultimate super off. That's one thing I love about LR Gohan is it's really easy to. You got to be messing up big time to not be able to super with that guy. Let's see how this falls right here. That did not fall in my favor, but we'll still super. Okay. Princess Snake is no longer active. We should be okay here, though. I don't think we'll have enough damage to kill the enemy boss Hito yet. Only 3k damage. I will take that. Take that and run 1.4. One thing I do wish to happen at some point in time, I would love an EZA for these old LRs. Especially update their freaking super attack animations. LR Gohan has probably one of the most iconic scenes in all of Dragon Ball. You know, when he's following up Cell, blasting it, he's just walking, and they literally have the unit, the camera just zooms in blurry on his face 3 times. I hate that aspect of LR Gohan. I really wish they would update the super attacks, but knowing Dokkan and the resources that it would cost to do that, they would probably just release a new LR Gohan. Actually, it wouldn't be LR, it'd be UR would be my guess. Okay, and this fight's almost won, man. We are having no issues whatsoever. You know what? I'm gonna use this again just for this video. I'm gonna use a Sensu Bean so I can move my units around. And this next hit is actually gonna be the kill, huh? Damn. Okay. Let's do it with LR Trunks, because why not? LR Trunks going in, and he is gonna get the ultimate super off, and he's gonna finish off hit. Yeah. There we go. So guys, let me know what you think of the units. A lot of people in the comments were saying that these 5 LRs are very underwhelming. They're no longer good. I think they're very good. Especially if you have one dupe into an LR. It allows them to crit. So that ultimate super attack that did a lot less damage than the first one that we saw, that ultimate super attack only did 1 million damage as a critical. Granted, a hit is a tanky ass bastard, so I can see why. That's the only thing about LR Trunks is I wish his damage output was a little bit higher. Instead of 120, maybe 100. And, Majin Vegeta has 150%. I would like to see 150% on LR Trunks. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much going to sum up the showcase of the 5 original LRs. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. Let me know which ones you have. If you have none of them, that means you didn't summon on that last banner. Actually, you could have gotten LR Cell, or I believe maybe LR Cell. I'm getting confused which one was. I think LR Cell was on it and LR Beerus was on it, but LR Bardock was not. So, guys, let me know in the comments which of the original 5 LRs you have, what percentage they're at, and do you still use them in today's content. Alright, I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments also which one was your favorite fan art. The people that drew those love seeing that. It's one of my favorite things to read. So, love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.